Okay, so here we are again in another video, and today we're gonna start with EU. Finally, it's starting to have some something interesting. So right now, after this move here, moving to the downside and then to the upside, I think we can start looking for some sells. As I saw these candles sometimes, and I think I remember that usually this means a movement to the downside, at least to take this low. Not sure, but yeah, it's what I think right now. So we took this round liquidity on H1 to the left. We have a lot of rival liquidities here. Okay, so it was all sellers liquidity to the downside. So it's pretty difficult to know where it's going to change. Probably, if I would say somewhere. The problem is that this was taken, so we already had liquidity. So yeah, we can still go and take this. I don't know. Okay, I don't like to go that far because I usually go close, and if I don't have something here, I don't look at it. Okay, but well, these days are being a little bit confusing for me for my trading since I came back from my holidays. But well, it's okay. So today we had this rally with the M5 down here. I was looking for sells, didn't trade here. I was sleeping. Well, sleeping. No, here I was wake up, but I had to go home because I was in another place. And then we had this movement to the downside, which I like to look for a I was looking for a sell here, but I didn't really like these wicks, and I didn't like these candles here were too strong, so I thought sellers were induced. And even more after seeing these wicks here, I thought buying, but I didn't buy because I wasn't sure here. And when you have no clarity, I learned that you shouldn't trade. Okay, so I wasn't sure. I didn't trade. I just placed this trade here later on, as I thought this would be a good trade, but not something I take in that moment. Okay, and then we took this liquidity on M5 here. We had a small reaction with a wick, and then boom, the real move to the downside. Break obstructor, mitigation, and boom. So yeah, pretty difficult. I don't think I would have traded that, of course. And then we had this movement to the upside. That thing on H1, I think it's a good buy. I would sell probably. The thing here is that on M1 we have nothing to the left really. Okay, so yeah, we just have the break obstructor, and yeah, and the continuation to the downside. So nothing more for me today on EU. I'm trying to learn some more confirmations to enter, but well, step by step. I need time on that. Okay. GBUSD nothing today, as we had nothing to left on each one. Had this, but nothing really relevant for me. Then USD JPY. We took this rally with the H1 with a few reactions here. So my mistake here was that after seeing this reaction to induce buyers and then taking this with this clear candle, I was first looking for buys. Okay, so for example, I placed this buy in that moment, but didn't trade it because I don't usually trade without relevant liquidity. Which for me, I remember that having these reactions here usually it's a continuation after taking this relevant liquidity here. And after seeing this candle, I wanted to look for a buy, but I didn't enter because I wasn't sure too. I'm doubting a little bit more these days, and I don't have that conviction. So yeah, after taking this round liquidity on H1 and not having round liquidity on M5 here or something, maybe I could have looked for a buy. We had this reaction break and retest traders and breakout traders buying this candle, taking all the liquidity here, and then moving to the upside. So I thought about buying here. I even placed the trade, but not traded on MetaTrader. We had breakout structure with this wick that I liked because it means that sellers are entering. And then, well, we had these candles here where I placed the trade, and it even took the liquidity on MetaTrader, but yeah, nothing for me. And then, okay. And then here we had this break to the downside, which for me it was fake, I think. Then a strong move to the upside, break of structure, mitigations, and it went to take this round of liquidity on M5. I don't think I would have traded that. Right now I don't feel comfortable, so yeah, I don't know. And then another break of structure and boom, to the upside, taking this round liquidity on M5. USD So more or less the same, round liquidity on each one taken. The thing here, well, we even take this low. So yeah, this was a previous weekly low here that I didn't see in that moment. Previous weekly low, so pretty interesting liquidity we had here. It was yesterday, okay. It took that. The problem here it was that we had nothing to the left, and I was looking for a buys anyways. After seeing that liquidity being taken, and it's true that we had around liquidity in H1 here and previously low, but I was looking for a buy, and I would have bought if we had took this around liquidity on one, but it didn't do that, and then boom, it continued to the upside. We broke a structure here, and again, and here I had a stop loss. Probably my mistake, as we had this is all sellers liquidity, okay. We had a week here on M5, and yeah, I will I liked it because we had a lot of reaction, so it was liquidity. Another reaction here, so I expected this being taken, and then buyers entering. It was even a break of structure on each one, I think. Well, we had it here, but here we had a clear one. So yeah, in that moment I just thought it was a good sell. Week break, so not like the week that took this round liquidity on M5 is, well, the candle has a week, so probably it meant that sellers were here and sellers were here, and then it took that, and we had the real trade with round liquidity on M5 taken, and probably, well, pretty difficult because this is a huge week, so I don't think I would have traded that. Then it took this round liquidity on M5 right here, perfectly taken, and then boom, again to the upside, to take this round liquidity on M5 here, okay, and then break of structure. So yeah, well, nothing really. And USD CAD, again, we had the same round liquidity on each one taken, pretty clear. So the bias was pretty clear, but when you're not focused or not sure about things, you make mistakes, okay, and you don't find the correct trades. So here we had this movement to the downside. I thought about buying. Well, I was in my work, but here probably I would thought about buying, but no trades for me. And here the same. We could have taken this, but it didn't take that. I didn't like the wick, so yeah, that's why I didn't look at this chart at all. But well, it is what it is. This was my day. My day, not the best days lately, but it's okay for me. I'm just learning and trying to look for good confirmations. Okay, I want to learn good confirmations to enter my teams. Okay, so well, I hope you like it and see you tomorrow. Bye.